Qatar is becoming more and more the center of attention on the world stage since they hosted the 2022 World Cup and didn't fail miserably as everyone expected. Still, the small state at the edge of the Arabian Peninsula is not all bad, especially with Sheikha Moza bint Nasser leading the country towards enlightenment. With her education, influence, and connection, she's the perfect combination of devoted philanthropist, a powerful politician, and a breathtaking fashion icon. The wealthiest queen in the world. Sheikha Moza bint Nasser has been the driving force of change in Qatar for the past 4 decades. With her immense political power and unparalleled wealth, the Queen is a patron of education, healthcare, and culture. Most importantly, the Queen has the popularity, education, position, and wealth to finance her projects and make Qatar an entirely different country. With her $15 billion of personal wealth, she lives one truly opulent life, while at the same time, she pushes her women's rights, education, and healthcare agendas. However, the Queen's life was not always as glamorous as it is today. Early life. One could easily be mistaken that Sheikha Moza's story was the premise of an expensive Hollywood Oscar bait movie. It has drama, twists, love, and a happy ending that can make even the toughest guys tear up. Moza's childhood was far from ideal. Born in 1959 to the family of famous political activist Nasser bin Abdullah al-Misned, she didn't have the easiest childhood. Her father was a vocal critic of the then Emir Ahmad bin Ali Al Thani, and in 1960 he was sent to prison when he made public appeals for a more equal distribution of wealth among the people. It's obvious where Moza takes her generosity from. So in her first 4 years, Moza grew up without a father and constantly feared further retribution from the royal family. In 1964, when Moza was just 5 years old, her recently released from prison father took his family and went into a self-imposed exile. The future queen grew up in Kuwait, but as she turned 18, right after the death of the deposed Emir Ahmad, she went back to Qatar. There, she fell in love with the crown prince, and they married the same year. She was Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani's second wife, but still gave him 7 children, among which is the current Emir of Qatar, Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. Once Hamad became the Emir in 1995, as the Emir's consort, Sheikha Moza played a vital role in supporting and complementing her husband's leadership. Together, they spearheaded initiatives aimed at transforming Qatar into a modern and prosperous nation. Beyond their official roles, Sheikha Moza and Sheikh Hamad's marriage demonstrated a deep partnership and shared commitment to improving the lives of Qatari citizens. They worked together to ensure social welfare programs, healthcare advancements, and infrastructure development, contributing to Qatar's rise as a prosperous and forward-thinking nation. Her Highness's education. Sheikha Moza bint Nasser al-Misned's educational journey reflects her commitments to long life learning and intellectual growth. She has pursued various educational opportunities, both in Qatar and internationally, expanding her knowledge and expertise in different disciplines. Sheikha Moza began her formal education in Kuwait, where she completed her primary and secondary schooling. However, her passion for learning and social sciences led her to pursue higher education at Qatar University, where she obtained a bachelor's degree in sociology. During her time at the university, she deepened her understanding of societal dynamics and gained insights into the challenges and aspirations of her fellow citizens. Motivated by a thirst for knowledge, Sheikha Moza continued her educational pursuits and enrolled in the master's program in public policy at the University of Qatar. This academic path allowed her to delve into the intricacies of policymaking, governance, and social development, providing her with a solid foundation for future endeavors. In addition to her formal education, Sheikha Moza has engaged in a diverse range of learning experiences, including attending professional development programs and participating in conferences and seminars worldwide. These opportunities allow her to broaden her horizons, deepen her understanding of global issues, and connect with experts and leaders from various fields. In her later years, she received several honorary doctorates from Virginia Commonwealth University, Texas A&M, Carnegie Mellon, Imperial College London, and the Georgetown University School of Foreign Service. Her Highness's honors. As you can imagine, as the Emir's wife, she has been bestowed with the title of Sheikha. As such, she was commonly addressed as Her Highness, to acknowledge her royal status as a member of the Qatari royal family. It's quite shocking to learn that this is the least impressive title and honor she has received in her life. In 2003, Sheikha Moza was appointed as a special envoy for basic and higher education by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. In this role, she has actively advocated for quality education, equal opportunities, and educational reforms on a global scale. In 2010, Sheikha Moza was honored with the prestigious Legion of Honor, the highest civilian award in France. The award acknowledged her exceptional work in advancing education, cultural understanding, and international cooperation. She was also awarded the King Abdullah II Award for Excellence in Education in 2008. This esteemed recognition acknowledged her efforts to improve educational standards and promote innovative approaches to education in the Arab world. As a member of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals Advocacy Group, Sheikha Moza actively supports the implementation of the SDGs. Her advocacy work focuses on advancing access to quality education, gender equality, and sustainable development. Finally, she's also received the Global Leadership Award from the United Nations Foundation in recognition of her global leadership and tireless efforts in promoting education, health, and social development. The list goes on and on. But it will take at least half an hour to list all of Her Highness's honors one by one, so instead, let's move on to her actual work. Sheikha Moza's work. As you can imagine, the Sheikha has one hectic schedule. However, since her son took the throne in Qatar, she became a powerhouse on her own, pushing on all fronts for the betterment of Qatar's society. Her father must have been proud. Sheikha Moza is a staunch advocate for quality education and believes in its power to shape societies and foster progress. As the chairperson of the Qatar Foundation for Education, Science and Community Development, she has spearheaded numerous educational initiatives. These include the establishment of Education City, a unique cluster of leading international universities and institutions in Qatar, as well as the development of the Qatar National Research Fund and Qatar National Library. Sheikha Moza has also played a crucial role in promoting primary and secondary education, vocational training, and lifelong learning programs in Qatar. The Sheikha also founded Reach Out to Asia, ROTA, in 2005, a philanthropic organization dedicated to providing quality education and community development in Asia. ROTA focuses on improving access to education, supporting educational infrastructure, and empowering marginalized communities in countries across the region. If you think that's enough, you clearly don't know the force that Her Highness is. Sheikha Moza understood the importance of preserving cultural heritage ever since her marriage. This issue became even more significant when her husband became the Emir in 1995, when Qatar experienced its most rapid growth and development. Ever since, the Queen has been actively involved in initiatives to safeguard and promote Qatari and Arab cultural traditions. Through partnerships with international organizations like UNESCO, she has worked to protect and promote cultural diversity and heritage on a global scale. That's not all, however. Sheikha Moza has been at the forefront of humanitarian efforts, addressing critical social issues and providing aid to those in need. Her initiatives have covered areas such as healthcare, poverty alleviation, and social welfare. She has been involved in projects aimed at improving maternal and child health, combating poverty, and empowering marginalized communities, both within Qatar and internationally. Sheikha Moza's influential platform has allowed her to advocate for crucial global issues. She has been actively engaged in various international organizations and initiatives, working towards the advancement of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. She has been a prominent voice for women's empowerment, gender equality, and access to quality education, leveraging her influence to drive positive change on a global scale. Her work is nothing short of an example of how anyone with access to money and power should act. Still, don't be fooled that the Sheikha lives a modest and unremarkable life devoid of luxuries and pamperment. On the contrary, it's quite the opposite. Her Highness's lifestyle. As a prominent figure, Sheikha Moza's life reflects both the demands of her philanthropic work and the joys of indulging in a few luxuries along the way. Of course, this glamorous lifestyle is hardly a surprise, as she alone is worth more than $15 billion. Moreover, she has access to the $335 billion royal family net worth, as her son hardly ever refuses his mother's wishes. Thus, some of the biggest family business ventures were under the Sheikha's direct influence. Many believe that her influence stands behind the Qatari government's decision to buy the highly luxurious department store Harrods. Moreover, under her watchful eye, the family also bought one of the biggest and most luxurious fashion brands in the world, Valentino. But Sheikha Moza is not just a brilliant businesswoman and an intellectual and philanthropic powerhouse. She is also a woman of utmost class and unwavering style. She's always adorned with precious jewels that underline her class and wealth. Among her prized possessions is the Pink Star diamond, which she purchased in 2017 for the mind-altering $71 million. As you can imagine, the Sheikha doesn't live in a common stone house in Doha, sharing it with 20 other people. Well, she does share her home with several dozen people, but most of them are servants, as she lives in the Doha Royal Palace. This opulent display of power and nobility is estimated to cost around $1 billion. The palace's exterior is predominantly decorated with gold. It's actually more like a combination of 15 different palaces and one astounding car park, where over 500 ultra-luxurious cars wait for the Sheikha to give them a spin. And Her Highness is well known for enjoying riding one of the world's most luxurious brands. The palace showcases traditional Islamic architectural elements, blended with modern designs. It occupies a significant area within Doha, reflecting the importance of the royal family in the country's governance and culture. Given the exclusive nature of the palace, access to the general public is restricted. However, it is known for its grandeur and luxurious interiors. This, however, is not the Sheikha's only residence. In Lebanon, Sheikha Moza owns a sprawling landmark property on the outskirts of Alais. She bought the property from the Ketaneh family and now can enjoy the two adjacent 66,000 square foot parcels. Moreover, she also bought off the entire public road. So now the municipal road that once divided the two properties is an entrance alley. This gorgeous piece of land cost the Queen approximately $12 million. Sheikha Moza also owns a $120 million Regent's Park mansion, featuring 17 bedrooms, 14 lounges, 4 dining rooms, a heated swimming pool, a spa, a beauty parlor, a gym, massage areas, powder rooms, a juice bar, a cigar lounge, cinema, butler and nanny's quarters, games rooms, and a children's floor. Despite her vast collection of properties, the Sheikha's glamorous lifestyle is best shown not by what she owns, but rather by what she wears. Sheikha Moza as a fashion icon. Her Highness is definitely an intellectual titan, a philanthropic powerhouse, and a business guru. Still, all of these titles pale when we talk about her fashion influence. As the driving force of women's rights in the Arab world, it's only natural for women all around the world to be inspired not only by her charisma and power, but also by her look. Unsurprisingly, she has more than 1.1 million followers on Instagram alone. Moreover, another 300,000 following the Instagram profile dedicated to her fashion choices. Her attire is known for blending traditional Qatari clothing with modern and Western influences, creating a unique and distinctive look. Sheikha Moza frequently wears luxurious and beautifully crafted garments that showcase intricate embroidery, vibrant colors, and flowing silhouettes. She often incorporates traditional elements of Qatari dress, such as abayas and kaftans, into her outfits, while also embracing high fashion and couture designs from international designers. She is known to support both established and emerging designers, including those from the Middle East. Sheikha Moza's fashion choices have helped to promote regional designers and put a spotlight on the growing fashion industry in Qatar and the broader Middle East. Still, she doesn't turn a blind eye to the most luxurious brands in the world, as she is often seen wearing designer dresses by renowned luxurious fashion houses like Dior, Chanel, Elie Saab, and, of course, Valentino. Sheikha Moza's fashion sense extends beyond clothing. She also pays attention to accessories and often wears statement jewelry, including eye-catching necklaces, earrings, and bracelets. Her overall look exudes elegance, sophistication, and a strong sense of cultural identity. I'd expect nothing less from the wealthiest queen in the world. Now, would you like to see how the richest king in the world dresses? It's beyond shocking, I promise. Just check my video about the life of the Thailand royal family next.